It's Tuesday, September 3rd. This is kind of an afternoon update on the SPY that I thought I'd put together. You obviously have a two down day at the moment that's pretty strongly red. I discussed earlier how I bought some puts here on bar number 2 on the 15-minute chart after the week opening. Wanted to see what would unfold. Obviously, we have the one push down, the two pushes down. I bought those, the 565 puts here at 767. I scaled out, set up an hours trade. I sold some more at 1135. They're kind of up in the 12 area right now, 12.0, 12.12. Last trade at 12.03. So it's been a very nice trade to the downside, obviously. And this move here, when you first made it, you had the week opening. So that was, just the structure to go short, and then you wanted to see if it kind of developed into a two down day, which it did. And once it became a two down day, your target was down here to the purple line, which gave it a two down week. So now we have to really see on the weekly chart, since we're in two down mode, we say, what's our target? Well, I see the gap in here between the high of this bar and the low of this bar. So I'm anticipating it kind of going into this gap. That's all. And it's made it there already. So that's all it has to do. Doesn't mean it can't go down week after week after week and maybe even go past there. But that would, that's kind of the next target in this area where you'd expect it to possibly hold. But in order for it to hold, you got to get a weekly reversal. And in order to get a weekly reversal, you're going to even have to start with a daily reversal first. So that's kind of the stuff I'm monitoring as the daily chart. Now, let's say this closes strongly red. You're kind of anticipating lower tomorrow. You can see gaps down here to fill. So, at that point, if you get some kind of daily reversal, you want to see on the daily chart, does that reach its target to even begin the potential weekly reversal? So a lot still has to happen now for the move back to the upside to unfold in any kind of a way. Maybe you get like this area, weekly down, weekly green, and weekly red, and then finally a weekly green here to give you a sign of a reversal. So that's what I'm looking for, a weekly reversal in here. But it's going to have to take a lot of you just got to have to get that reversal first happening on the daily chart. So we'll see what unfolds, in the days and weeks ahead. But for now, you're anticipating downward action. The question is, given this monthly kind of pretty strong hammer bar from last month, that doesn't look like it's going to be easy to get a two down month going. So you're kind of anticipating the midpoint of this tail kind of holding at some point. But you never know for sure, but that's what you're anticipating given this kind of look here. It was a strong, powerful move up. You can see that on the weekly chart. So we might come back to kind of the halfway point of this move up at some point. Everyone's looking for a week and negative September, but it might just be for a couple of weeks, that we head down there. But anyway, we're going to look at this weekly chart. Is it going to be red, holding the midpoint of the prior week, red, holding the midpoint, red, going lower, and then eventual reversal to get you comfortable at the buy side? Or is it just going to be some kind of brief, pull back here into this gap and then eventually turn higher? But whatever it is, the weekly chart has to turn higher at this point. And now that we have a couple of days to go in this week, we'll see if the daily chart gives some kind of, maybe two down, two up. That's a strong move. That looks like it's going to, not allow this weekly chart to break down too much, or are we just going to stay down, day after day? If we look at the daily chart here, like I said, it looks to me like we're going to try to head lower into this area. So, you're anticipating lower here in the next few days. And that means this weekly chart likely will turn red, close red, which can mean we probe a little lower into next week. And then you got to kind of look for that signal you got to kind of see when it happens, early in the week or later in the week on the daily chart, to see if this weekly, whatever weekly bar is formed, is it going to look like some kind of reversal bar. So we'll just kind of monitoring that going forward. But I just wanted to point out that we're in two down weekly mode. There is targets, all kinds of targets down here. And to me, until this weekly chart turns up, I'm biased to the downside. Like I said, I'm going to have to go day by day on the daily chart to even have hints of that weekly chart turning up. So it was a good trade to sell this morning. It starts a new month. And I would monitor, again, this weekly chart at this point and see, how much, how it's just going to fold week after week. I think there'll be some good sell opportunities here, even, for the next few days. And, any daily reversal up that can't hit its daily target and then turns back down, that's an exciting, resell. So keep that in mind too if you didn't catch this very first move. But just thought I'd update it because, at this point, we're just going to see how bad September might be starting out this way. But you kind of know what to look for at this point. You kind of, want to see really how it handles this gap area, filling in this zone. Is that going to at some point try to reverse in there? But even if it reverses for a day or two, that's not a sign. It depends when in the week that really happens to see if this weekly chart has a kind of a look that wants to then start back up again. Until then, we're just heading lower. So let's see what happens. But that's kind of an update on the SPY. Early first day of the new month and heading lower. Even now, it's still with about a little over an hour to go in trading, is still comfortably just going down, down, down all day long. So it looks like it's going to follow through with a or hold red and then follow through a little bit, and we're just going to have to really judge some of these charts to see if and when it turns up. But until then, look for sell opportunities going forward.